By First Alert 4 Investigate shows the moments two former St. Louis cops walked away from a man they'd found in Forest Park. He was in the head but still alive. The officers never tried to help, call for backup, or make sure that other people were safe. Complaints filed against them by the Attorney General's office, calling what they did an act of vileness and depravity. It's a case that we first told you back in November. Now our chief investigative reporter Lauren Traeger is showing us the video tonight that's never been seen publicly. And we do want to warn you, some of what you may see and hear may be disturbing.
All right, peace and blessings, ladies and gentlemen, all praises to the Most High. The video clip that you just saw is that of two St. Louis officers who have since been fired when they were called to the scene of a person who was mortally wounded. And instead of helping him, they decided to leave and say that they were going to come back, acting like they never saw the man when they returned to the scene. Now, I'm going to play the entire 7-minute video so you guys can see for yourself the level of deceit that some officers have and total disregard for their job and also total disregard for human life. Here you have a man mortally wounded, needing medical attention, and they are going to sit there and leave him. And of course, the man ended up expiring. The sergeant saw the body cam footage, and then he called for an investigation, which brought these officers, for lack of a better word, under investigation. But here's the clip. I'm going to watch it with you, and then I'll also slow it down and commentate on it as I see fit. But just watch this video and let me know what you think in the comments.
Obtained by First Alert 4 Investigate shows the moments two former St. Louis cops walked away from a man they'd found in Forest Park. He was ahead but still alive. The officers never tried to help, call for backup, or make sure that other people were safe. Complaints filed against them by the Attorney General's office, calling what they did an act of vileness and depravity. It's a case that we first told you back in November. Now our chief investigative reporter Lauren Traeger is showing us the video tonight that's never been seen publicly. And we do want to warn you, some of what you may see and hear may be disturbing.
5 seconds is the time it takes for two officers to find what they've been called to look for.
Damn, he right there. Somebody right there. Swear to God. No, he ain't here.
September 10th, 2023, still sunny in Forest Park at 6:20 p.m. A man lying on the ground, shot but still breathing.
I don't know.
That's now former SLMPD officer Austin Frazier. He is not wearing a camera. It's his partner, Ty Warrens, that is rolling. Together, they make a decision.
We better take this motherfucker down.
We ain't taking this shit.
I ain't taking 30 minutes.
Let's cruise around and come back.
A minute and
All right, so if you didn't hear what the man said, Warren, who has his camera on, he's the black officer. And he said, man, we better take this MFR in then. Frazier said, look, man, we ain't taking X. I get off in 30 minutes. And then Frazier again says, let's cruise around and come back. And that is exactly what they do. Watch this.
10 seconds on scene, changing lives forever. Laughing as they walk away from a person and the public who needed them to protect and serve.
It's disgusting. It's really disgusting.
Former St. Louis County Chief Tim Fitch, now a police consultant, had been appalled when we'd first shown him disciplinary complaint documents filed by Missouri's Attorney General, which accuse Warren and Frazier of what the state calls a, quote, reckless disregard for the safety of the public and another person. And now we've shown Fitch the officer's body camera videos obtained through a public records request.
Certainly, it's even more disturbing just watching the video.
St. Louis police had been called to Forest Park after a call from a person who said they were going to their own life. Later learning it was 29-year-old Urayuan Rodriguez Rivera. Disciplinary complaint documents say Frazier and Warren arrived on scene and located the man lying under a tree in the head. Neither attempted to render any assistance, neither requested medical assistance, and neither, complaint documents say, attempted to locate a firearm.
Let's cruise around and come back.
Instead, they simply leave, and Warren turns off his camera. But about 10 minutes later, they come back to Forest Park and pretend they hadn't already been there.
522 priority.
Go ahead.
Have EMS respond for one subject, not conscious but breathing, barely.
A third responding officer immediately calls in the scene.
Yeah, he's snoring.
Assessing the wounds. The man's breathing so agonizing, it's like a gasping for air.
Where's the gun at?
That third officer immediately notices something isn't right.
You got a gun?
Can't see one.
As others arrive, they know to secure the perimeter.
Hey, start it way up there and do the whole thing.
Throughout several officers' body camera videos, you see them putting up yellow crime scene tape.
Priority with privacy curtains. We're in a very exposed area of Forest Park.
Calling to block the victim from view in the busy park and keep others away.
Got a pulse still?
They follow protocol and attempt to help,
Super weak, but I feel it.
even when they know it's bad.
There's not much we can do.
Yeah, we're going. They still got a pulse.
So those officers did their jobs, and they do their jobs well.
Guy down there by the tree. See that gun through. Labored breathing.
EMS officials take Urayuan to the hospital, but he does not survive.
You've got to wonder if they would have done something right then and there, could he have survived? Certainly when you turn your back and walk away, the chances of that person surviving is going down dramatically by the second.
To you, is it just so wrong on its face?
Yes, absolutely. That's not how most officers would respond to a call like that.
In fact, Fitch says he can think of only one thing.
I think it's just pure laziness is what it was.
On video this time, Warren and Frazier walk away again, leaving their fellow officers to handle it now.
You know, it's up.
Now, see, that right there lets you know the man said laziness. Nah, that's just pure evil. Knowing that you were there before, and then you're going to come and act like, oh, this is your first time. They called the scene in. Other officers come. The other officers try to render medical aid, but they cannot locate the firearm. Now, remember when they first left, they said Warren turned off his body camera. My theory is they went in there and took the gun. Said, yo, man, let's go ahead and, get us a free gun. And then that is why when the other officers come and they start talking about, hey, where's the gun? Where's the gun? They jet off because they don't want to be caught with the missing firearm. A man is there, shot in the head, but there's no weapon around. Totally, seems suspicious. And you can hear one officer say that as well. Watch this.
Warren and Frazier just left.
Why?
I don't know.
Nearly every officer acknowledges the obvious. How is it a side with no gun?
ECU is here, so he probably already has the gun.
Nope, no gun. The gun's gone.
I mean, gun's gone.
The gun is gone. So he gave yourself, somebody came over and took his shit.
I mean,
Wouldn't shock me. Could be somebody dumped him. You never know. I mean, just St. Louis.
Unless somebody picked it up and chucked it somewhere.
Ultimately, the case was ruled a suicide. Urayuan had a history of suicidations and had left notes of intent. Still, Fitch says it's very concerning that to this day, no one knows where that gun is, possibly left unsecured by Frazier and Warren.
That's something that they should have done and they didn't do.
Did they?
Or it's possibly in the possession of Frazier and Warren.
Endanger the safety of other people?
Quite possibly, by not securing that firearm. And they certainly could have endangered the life of the individual.
St. Louis police declined to provide an interview for this story, saying they cannot comment on specific personnel matters, but writing that, quote, appropriate disciplinary action will be taken if an officer is found to have violated policies. Urayuan's mother lives in Puerto Rico. She cannot believe what our reports have been revealing, telling us in a text message it was a, quote, lack of humanity, saying more, quote, I hope the full weight of the law falls on these so-called police officers. The state has sought to discipline their peace officer licenses, and Fitch says a lawsuit is possible, but criminal charges, he says, are very unlikely.
They just didn't act at all, which is certainly shameful, but Criminal? Probably not.
No, he ain't dead. He alive.
It is the body camera video, which we should appreciate, Fitch says. The video that told the whole story. Video that's there to protect the officers and also the public.
A supervisor reviewing the body camera video was the one that discovered that it wasn't handled properly and did initiate an investigation. And that's the way it's supposed to work.
That video telling us what truly happened.
Let's cruise around and come back.
Capturing what otherwise was concealed, the inactions of 2 officers.
Now, regarding that missing gun, police tell us their investigation into the stolen firearm remains ongoing, and they are actively monitoring their database to see if it is being used in any crimes. To date, there have been no hits to that database. The police officers, we're told, have left the department not long after this incident last year. They have not responded to our inquiries to talk to them. Warren has already lost his Missouri peace officer's license. Frazier has a hearing regarding his license tomorrow morning. We will certainly keep tracking that. I'm Lauren Traeger. First Alert 4 investigates.
All right, so there you see the whole story, the whole video. These officers will not be charged with any wrongdoing. They may face a possible lawsuit, but the man's mother put it, I guess, gently. She said that it was a lack of humanity for them to do that to that man. But the fact that they're not facing criminal charges, I think that is, once again, some of that preferential treatment that we see with law enforcement officers. It could be negligent homicide or something like that. Nevertheless, they should be charged with something for leaving that man like that. And I find it strange. I always have to look at the racial aspect. They said both officers left the department. They said the black guy, Warren, I think, lost his peace officer license, but the other guy, the white guy who initially said, yeah, man, no, we ain't taking nothing, let's leave, he is having a hearing to retain his. So what is the difference between Frazier and Warren and their actions? Both of these officers showed total disregard for their position as members of law enforcement. So why is the black guy's license suspended or revoked, and this other guy gets to have a hearing? And you can't make this up. But this is, once again, just an example of things that go on. Now, this happened in December of 2023, which was a year ago. Now, this is just coming to light today. Respect goes out to the gentleman who the police chief who saw the tape and said, yeah, man, we're going to investigate this. But there definitely should be more punishment in what I feel. But once again, people will be surprised of the things law enforcement do. And so when you have people who have the vitriol, have the affinity to dislike police officers, this is the reason why. We have seen this in real time. I have seen this in real time. And so certain people have not had those experiences. So they fail to believe that police officers will act in this manner. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments. 919-587-7782. Peace and blessings. Y'all have a blessed day.
From local stories to Wayne County news, get ready to dive into everything happening in North Carolina with Taylor House Publishing. Got a story to share? Shoot us an email at taylorpublishinghouse@gmail.com. If you're looking to publish your book or need some top-notch mentorship, we've got your back. Join the excitement with the one and only Richard Taylor, right here at Taylor House Publishing. Speak with Richard directly at 919-587-7782. Don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and invite your family and friends to watch.
From Wayne County to the Carolina coast, Taylor House brings the news you love most. Tune in on YouTube, don't miss a beat. Local stories that keep you on your feet.
Taylor House, we got the scoop.
Taylor House Publishing.